Hello friends, welcome back to virtual sessions, and today I am going to discuss about string type of data. As you know, in C we don't have a string as a data type, so whenever we want to make a collection of characters, for example, if somebody's name you want to store or the address, name consists complete set of characters and address may consist alphanumeric data. In such situations we need to go with because as it is a set of characters, we cannot store in a single character variable. In single character variable you can able to store only one character constant like this, but you cannot able to store set of characters in a single character. So in such situation, as this is wrong statement, what you need to do, you need to declare it as a character array of specific size, and then you can able to initialize the data to it. It's like whenever you want to enter a data in a variable, up till now we discuss about the basic variables: integer, float, character, right, and character array. Now character array means, or set of characters means, like whenever you want to have a collection of characters together. For example, you want to store somebody's name, you want to store somebody's address, then in such situations you have to declare a array of characters, and that array of characters is referred as a string type of data, right? Again I am saying that in C there is no string type of data. We have to declare array of characters for the same reason. Now, as string means array of characters, there are means C provides you various functions to manipulate with, that is provided by the string.h. It provides the header file called as string.h for the sake of string manipulations. Means, as string means set of characters, array of characters, as you are dealing with the array, you cannot directly assign the string data. It means, let us say you have character x of some size, right, and you have character y of some same size, right, and you want to make it x equals to y. This is not possible. You cannot, as you have a string type of data, it's an array, so one array contents cannot be directly copied to the another array contents. It's like string cannot be assigned directly, it has to copy. Means, if you want to perform this operation, then you have to take help of strcpy, string copy function, and copy the source into the target. Here in this case, target will be x and y will be the source. So strcpy, what is strcpy? Strcpy is a function which is having a prototype in string.h, right? What is string.h? It consists the string manipulation functions. Why we need a string manipulation functions? Because string is a set of characters, array of characters. So while dealing with the string type of data, you are dealing with the array of characters, and hence you cannot directly able to assign the string constants to any variable over there. You have to copy it over there, right? So in the similar manner, you cannot able to compare. For that reason, they are given the string compare. I'll be discussing about everything. If you want to find out the length of the string, then you have a strlen, string length functions are there, right? So this is what about the string manipulation. So I'll be discussing about this all the stuffs in a coming session. Now here in this case means what is important? What is string? String is a set of characters. Whenever you are dealing with the string type of data array, it's an array of characters over there. So as it is an array, you cannot able to directly assign, directly compare, and so we need to understand that as we are by storing somebody's name, somebody's address, or any set of alphabetic data. In such situations, you have to declare an array of characters, and then you have to use the string manipulation functions for that reason. Let us understand one point. Like if you make it character x of blank equals to ABCD, right? Means if you declare an array of characters and initialize the declaration initialize allowed on the same line, right? So in this situation, what will happen? As it is an array of characters, array subscripts starts with 0, right? Means like the set will be x of 0 will consist of character A, x of 1 will consist of character B, x of 2 will consist of character will store the character C. In this manner, your last character will be stored in string length -1. Why -1? Because your counting starts by 0, so the last will be length -1, right? It's like, let us understand, if you want to compute the total 10 numbers and you want to start with 0, so final will be the 9th one, right? So in the similar manner here in this case also, whenever you declare a array of characters and store some data, by default the array subscript starts with 0. So x of 0, array means a set of, right? So x of 0 will hold the first character, x of 1 will hold the second character, in this manner. So last character will be available in the array length -1, and every string terminates with null character. This is called as null character, right? Null character. It's like if you say a of something equals to ABCD, so after a of length -1, like the a of length is like a of 3 consists D and a of 4 consists the null character, right? So in this manner string terminates, and like if you find what is the character position of a of 2, that is C, a of 1, that is B, and a of 0, that is A, right? So if you have a, let's say here ABCD is a set of characters, you record it in the array of character A of 0 consists A of 1 consists B, A of 2 consists C, A of 3 consists D, and A of 4 will be the null character. So the last character will be stored in the array length, means like what is the length of this A? That is 4. So 4 minus 1, the third position, last character will be available. Why the length -1? Because it starts counting by the 0 over there. Hope you understand the basics of string type of data. What is string type data? It's a set of characters, starts with 0, last character will be string length -1, and every string will be terminated by the null character over there, right? Hope you got it. Let's understand the question number 1. program to read a string and print its reverse, right? Program to read a string and print its reverse. So here I required hash include stdio.h, hash include oneo.h, and I required a string manipulation functions, that is string.h. And then here you go to void main, declare a string variable str of maybe 20 or whatever size of, here you declare the maximum size of the string str of 20, and then you clear the screen. And then def enter a string and scan the string. Now after reading the strings, that characters will be available from the 0 to string length, and that will be available over there. Let us to print the reverse of the strings, I will declare one counter variable. So what I will do, I will print original string, that is the value of str, and here I will write the logic for reverse string, that is for I equals to str length of str minus 1. As I just recently discussed, there is a string length function given by string.h, and it computes the length of the string. Length means total number of characters of the string. It is not certainly the size of it, right? Size, maximum size is 20, but you may enter a string of any set of characters. So let us understand your string length is 7 or 5. So your last character is as you are in the reverse of the string. So last character is available string length minus. So I will be in string length minus 1. So I will be initialized to string length minus 1. Means I set a position of I, that is string length minus 1. Why minus 1? Because as your string is a set of characters, and the array subscript starts with 0. So last character will be available. Last character's position is string length minus 1, and then I more than 0. I set the reverse counter over here, I minus minus, and then printf %c, print the character, because like it's a string is an array of characters, and if you are printing str of I, if you print the character by character, that all the positions of characters available in the str from string length minus 1 to 0, obviously you will get the reverse of the strings over there, right? So I'll here write with the printf reverse string will be the reverse of str. Hope you understand this. Means like once you set the loop from string length minus 1 to 0, so obviously you are printing the characters from last character to the 0th position characters, and before going to the new line, if you print at all the characters, it will print the reverse of the strings, right? Okay. Let's discuss some another example. In the previous example, we will find out how we need to find out the length of the particular string, right, and how to print it reverse of it, right? Let us understand the next question. Read a string and check number of vowels and consonants in it. As you know, vowels means like A, E, I, O, U. These are the vowels, and rest are the consonants. And apart from this character, we will be considered as consonants. Now the question is given that if you have a string type of data, you want to compute how many number of vowels are there and how many number of consonants are there. So what you need to do, you have to include stdio.h, you have to include oneo.h, and you need to include the string.h because it provides the string manipulation functions. You need to go with the void main. Read the string from the user, and you need to set the I for the counter, and this is the vowel counter equals to 0, and consonant counter equals to 0 initially, because VC will store the number of vowels and CC will store the number of consonants. Initially I set it to the 0, and I is your position, array position store. See that is here, clear the screen and ask the user to enter the string and scan the string. After that, logic for computing or counting number of vowels and consonants. For I equals to 0, as array set to start with a 0, I less than string length of str I plus this, right? Now, as you need to count the number of vowels and consonants, you have to set the condition over there. If str of I, the character available in the position, is equals to a, or a, e, or let's say if it is a, if it is a, e, I, o, u. Means if the character available in the position matches to this a, e, I, o, u, then what you need to do, you have to vowel counter, you have to increment by 1 as it initially sets to 0. And if it is not a vowel, obviously it is certainly a consonant. So as you go over the CC++, right? If that or means if anyone is true, right? If it is a, if it is e, or if it is I, if it is o, and if it is u, a, I, o, u, if it matches to any of these characters, vowel counter will be incremented by 1. Otherwise, consonant counter will be incremented by 1. And if you initially set the loop from 0 to string length minus 1, it's like right from the 0 to length minus 1, it is valid. And we check all the availability of the characters from A to U, right? A, I, O, U. So if it is A, I, O, U matches to A, E, I, O, U, it will be vowel. Otherwise, it will be consonant. And at the end of a loop, if you can print number of vowels, occurrences of vowels, that is %d, and number of consonants, that is %d. So if you can print the value of VC and CC, you will get the basically this logic will give you how many number of vowels and consonants available in a string, right? Hope you understand. Here again I said the loop from 0 to string length minus 1, and why I use the OR operator, because that character may matches to a, or, and means all has to be true. It is not possible that the character available in the I positions matches to all. It may be any one of these, right? That's why we have to use a OR over here, right? And if it matches to A, I, U, it's a VC++. This vowel counter you have to increment by 1. Otherwise, the consonant counter you have to increment by 1. And at the end of the loop, if you print the value of VC and CC, you will come to know that whatever the string you input, you will come to know the number of vowels and consonants in it, right? Okay, let's go for the next question. Read a string and change keys of it. It means if you input any lowercase, output you will get as a uppercase, or vice versa. Means like you have to read that string character by character, and if it is a uppercase, it will convert into lowercase. If it is lowercase, it will convert into the uppercase over. So the question is read a string and change case of it. Changing case of it. Now while changing the case of it, we have to deal with the ASCII values. You probably know the ASCII values. ASCII values varies actually from 0 to 255, 256 characters. every character on the keyboard having its specific ASCII value. While dealing with the capital alphabet, A have a ASCII value 65, right? And you got a Z, that is 91, and small a got the 97, and maybe small z 123, right? So like on the basis of the ASCII value of the particular character available in the positions, we can, and the difference between capital and smaller, like if it is 32, right? The difference between A and small a, that is 32. So if I found the character in the range of 65 to 91, I have to add 32 so that it becomes small. And if I found the character available in the position of like 97 to 120, I have to minus 32. So if you are dealing with the characters, and if you can add 32, found, like it will become, it will convert that lower, upper to lower, and if you minus 32, it will come from lower to upper. This is what the logic, basic logic behind it, right? So study the ASCII table well, you will understand this thing. Hash include stdio.h, hash include neo.h. Again, I need to include string.h, right? And then we need to go with the void main. And read the string. So ask the user to enter the string in any case. Enter the string in any case. Okay. And after entering the string, I'll be writing the change case logic. For I equals to 0, I less than string length of str I plus plus. Then if str of I more than equals to 65, if it is I am writing the case for capital. Str of I less than 91, right? Then str of I plus equals to 32 means, like if the ASCII value of character available in the I position varies in the range of 65 to 91, it means it is clearly, it's a capital alphabet, so you have to add 32 in it so that it become a small one. And else if str of I greater than equal to 97, and then str of I less than 123, it is clearly a small case, so you have to make this you have to reduce the minus 32 from it. Okay. And that's it. At the end of a loop, print change case string, that is %s, and if you print str, you will find the altered case strings of the original string. Whatever the original string, whichever the case you input, will be converted to vice versa case over there. Right? Hope you understand this logic of converting the case over here. Right? Okay. Let us discuss one another example of it. We'll generate the string pattern. As for example, if you input is Axiom take Guru. If you input like this, the output I am expecting that is AX AXI AXION AXION, likewise. So a pattern of string has to be generated. So what I will do for that reason, hash include stdio.h, hash include neo.h, hash include dot h and equal to I and j. Clear the screen. And then pattern generation. That is for I equals to 0, I less than string length of str I plus plus, right? And then for j equals to 0, j less than equals to I, j plus plus, and then printf extension your print a getter, and then you will write printf str of j, and then you go in a new line. Right? So as you discussed in the pattern generations over there, for one value of outer loop, inner loop has to completely revolve, right? Completely iterate. So if I is 0, just from 0 to 0, I is 1, 0 to 1. So that all the characters available in the position of 0, 1, 0, 1 to be printed, and then you go to the new line. Right? So in this manner, you can able to generate the pattern of string like this, like about pattern string, right? So you can generate the various patterns of the string. You can generate the various patterns of the string like this, right? Okay. Now let us go for the next question. Read a string and check whether it is palindrome or not. As you know about the palindrome string means if you input, like for example, reverse of a string is equal to a same string. Just for example, if you input Nitin, Wow, Mom, Madam, right? Dad. These are the palindrome strings. Means like if you reverse any string, it will be the same, right? So how to check whether the given string, input string, is a palindrome string or not? This is the logic what we write. So for int include stdio.h, hash include conio.h, hash include again string.h, right? And then you need to go with the any string type of data, right? And then go with the icon of j. Printf enter string. Asked to input any string over here. After that, logic for checking palindrome or not. So you set a loop like this. For I equals to, for checking a palindrome, you have to initialize your I to 0 and j to last one, string length of str minus 1. Two initializations are allowed in for loop. I equal to 0, comma, j equal to string length minus 1, then I less than equal to j, I plus plus, comma, j minus minus. Means like at the same time I increase, means like I need to match the character of first character to the last one. If it matches, then I will be incrementing and j will be decrementing, and this will be the continuous process till the value of I remains less than equal to j. And here I will write the logic like if str of I not equals to str of j, means if it won't matches then break, right? Otherwise continue, right? So if this loop will not break in the mean, means the value of I becomes more than j. So I will simply printf %s is a palindrome, that is the str. Else if it is breaks in the mid, printf % is not a palindrome. Hope you understand what I'm talking about, right? So this is the way how you can input any string and check whether that given string is a palindrome or not. My today's sessions is dedicated to how I can deal with the string type of data. String means set of characters, right? And as it is a set of characters, it will become an array. So while dealing with the array circuit starts with 0 and ends with the string length -1, and every string character will be end by the null character 1. This is what basic logic about the string type over there, right? Thank you.